morning, Business of Makeup community. How are we doing today? 7:30 a.m. here in California. I am surprisingly a half an hour early to my job. So I figured I'd take advantage of the time and come on and talk to you guys about this. I actually wanted to do this over the weekend, but I didn't have any free time. So, are you guys making this mistake for the remainder of 2021 and 2022? Let me tell you a quick story. So I have been receiving about 10-ish bridal inquiries a day. And as you guys know, I like to have phone consultations with those individuals. And so I've been talking to people, getting a lot of feedback. In addition to that, I've been receiving just phone calls out of the blue from potential brides who are getting married in like a month or 2 months. And the thing is that those brides are not brides that are just like behind the eight ball and forgot to arrange all of this. They actually hired a makeup and hair team, or at least contracted for a trial. And that artist, service provider, basically told them that they were not allowed to do their trial until 1 month or 2 months before their wedding so that it was fresh and good and all of the above. Well, guess what? Yesterday alone, not to mention all of last week, I got 2 phone calls from brides saying, my artist wouldn't let me do my trial until a month before. My wedding is in November. I hated it. And now I'm in a position where I have to find somebody new. And I'm really upset about it because I wanted to do my trial earlier. And this is the situation I'm in now. Are you available? And unfortunately, I was not, so I was able to recommend some other people. So are you making this mistake? Because I know there are some people in the Business of Makeup community who have told me straight up that they do it a month before. I've explained to them that I don't think that that's the best way to handle it. And I'm going to double down here. I do not think that that is the best way to handle your bridal business. Here are some reasons why. One, even if you're having a phone conversation with somebody, having an interaction with them will tell you tons about their personality and if you're going to be able to make this person happy. Now, we all can try and make the most difficult bride happy, but there are some brides out there that just don't know what they want, can't make a decision, fill in the blank. And when they're in person, you will see that immediately. 2, for the bride's sake, she should like you. She should feel comfortable with you. She should feel like you have her best interest in mind. And if you are not able to put her mind at ease with a pretrial or a trial whenever she wants, then you're sort of pushing yourself up against a wall anyway. 3, scheduling. Most brides want to double down for their engagement session and their trial at the same time. By forcing them to do the trial 1 or 2 months before the wedding, they don't get that opportunity. They don't get to see what their photos turn out looking like. This causes more anxiety for the bride and also for you because you may need to be making some tweaks to your application based off of the filter or adjustments that the photographer is making. So you won't know that. Here's what I think you should do. This is just my 2 cents, but I've done 3,000 brides, so take it or leave it. I always advise my brides, come in immediately for a trial. I don't want you booking me until you've had an experience with me because I'm going to be the last person who's literally touching you before you go get married. So let's make sure we like each other. Let's make sure that I can execute what you want. And let's make sure you feel comfortable telling me if something's not quite right. Great. Get them in for a trial. In this day and age where brides are booking so far in advance, they are likely going to come in for a second trial in a year and a half, just to ensure that they loved what they did before, or maybe they want to make a small tweak. But you're almost guaranteeing yourself 2 trials. And you can let them know that, hey, most brides come in for a second trial later on. You don't have to. That's why we're doing this now. But just know that if you feel that need, don't feel bad about it. It's not going to throw me off. I don't take it personally. But just know that might happen. And you've planted the seed. Now you've just doubled your money, because it happens most of the time, because they have to book so far in advance. But by forcing in this trial to happen 1 month before their wedding and them not be happy, the amount of stress, the amount of anxiety, the amount of fill in the blank for this bride is not good, guys. It's not good. Do not make this mistake. It's going to make your life more stressful. It's going to leave a bad taste in your bride's mouth, which means that you're going to get bad reviews. Secure the client early in the process. That way you know exactly what's coming down the pipeline. Chances are they're going to book a second trial with you, which means that you're doubling your profitability on that line item. Do not put them in this position, particularly with pandemic brides who have had to reschedule their event multiple times. This is not the time to be doing this. It just makes you look bad. And I feel so sad. I've literally had these phone calls, 2 of them yesterday, a whole bunch last week, that are in this position. So, food for thought. Don't make this mistake. Have your client come in early in the process and make sure that they get to know you. If you're doing it that way, 5 stars, high five, the whole gamut. If you're not, I really encourage you to rethink your process. Have a good one.